Hello and welcome to Commodity Champions. I'm Manisha Gupta. It's not just the elections that is heating up the country. IMD reports anticipates that this year's summer is going to be a long and a much warmer one. The report predicts above normal temperatures in the months of April to June. The year also has seen an early onset of summer with Feb and March hotter than normal in many southern states. There is also a chance of a heat wave in this summer that could last for about 10 to 20 days. To discuss this report further, I am now joined by Mr. K.S. Hosalikar. He is Deputy Director General of the India Meteorological Department. Mr. Hosalikar, thank you so much for joining us. And not a great news really, because it comes at a time when we are looking at the water reservoirs at much lower capacity as compared to last year and a 10-year average as well. And with the sense that this is going to be a longer, warmer summer doesn't really help. But we would want to understand from you on what is the month of April looking like to begin with.
Yeah, thank you, CNBC, for allowing me to come and share my thoughts on the coming season, especially the weather season that we are talking about. So, yes, IMD gave the outlook for the April, May, June yesterday, what would be the temperature scenario, and also for the April, the rainfall scenario, along with the heat wave scenario for the entire country for next 3 months and for April also. So to put it in one line, I can say that the summer, the updates on the summer that we have on April, May and June, it's going to be warmer or probably it's going to be hotter than the expected. The countrywide, if you see, the maximum temperature is very likely to remain above normal in almost most of the part of the country, except some part in the east and the northeastern region, some parts of the northeastern region, and the northernmost part of the country, like Jammu Kashmir. There could be normal to below normal temperature, maximum temperature daytime, but otherwise, entire country is expected to have above normal temperature from April to June. You asked about April. April looks also more or less same trend. Almost entire country is going to witness the above normal temperature during daytime, and the another part to add to that, the minimum temperature, that is the nighttime temperature, is also expected that it is possible that it could be warmer and it could be above normal temperature for night also.
Okay. Mr. Hosalikar, while we are talking about heat wave kind of a situation, what really does define heat wave? Because we've seen almost 42.5 degrees done in the end of March itself in a couple of places in Maharashtra and Rajasthan as well. So what defines heat wave, and how many days of heat wave can we expect between these 3 months?
If you see the definition of heat wave, it is a countrywide, location-wise, countrywide the definitions are there, right? So in IMD, it is whenever the temperature departures are more than 4.5 degrees centigrade from its normal 30 years value for a given day, and if it is persisting for more than 2 days and more than 2 stations are reporting, then we call it, or we will define it, or we will term it as a heat wave, and it will be between 4.5 to 5.9 degrees centigrade. Anything above 6 degrees centigrade departure from the normal, we will call it as severe heat wave. Otherwise, there are criteria that for what is the criteria for coastal station, the 37 degree is the threshold, and for rest of the country, it is 40 degree minimum that T maximum should cross. That is the definition of the heat wave. But I will tell you, that instead of indulging in these numbers, sometimes they get confused to the readers and to the users also.
Sure.
So, summertime, it's a summertime, and probably the window between 11:30 to 2 o'clock, or maybe 12 to 3. You can avoid, I think, instead of meddling into the numbers, probably I think we should be wise enough to understand that between 12 to 3 p.m. during the daytime, if this can be avoided, much better results can be achieved.
All right, we hear those advisories and those precaution statements that are coming in. Also, talk to us about the impact of this, because lower water, higher heat, more evaporation, what all are we looking at getting impacted here?
Yeah, last year monsoon was it had a shadows of El Nino, and this summer is also having the shadows of El Nino. So last year monsoon was near normal, but its distribution was quite challenging. I'm getting the report from many of the social media and other reporters that there is a water scarcity at many places. Our calculations, like the moisture, ground level moisture, etc., is also indicating that it's not very encouraging. So there is a water scarcity in many parts of the region. That is number one. And we have got another 2 to 3 months, rather 2 months plus period till the real onset of the monsoon take place somewhere around June. And then before that, this 2 months plus, we need to have a lot of sensitivity and lot of correct implicated water management strategies in place. Of course, we have plans, but it needs to come on the ground with the same fidelity and with the same correctness. Probably that will make our life a little more better in the coming summertime.
Okay. Mr. Hosalikar, you already have pointed out that the above normal temperatures, whether it's minimum and maximum, could be seen across country. But what are the states and what are the cities that should be more worried or should really take in this advisory that you're putting out with more concern?
Yeah, when we look at the countrywide for the entire summer, the entire countrywide, we see the temperatures could be above normal. So the country everyone needs to look at it very seriously, number one. Number two, this is a seasonal forecast, it is meant for the planners. At the same time, India Meteorological Department issues, the weekly forecast, the monthly forecast, and this forecast, and of course, daily 24 to 48 hours forecast with the heat wave alerts. This also needs to be seen by everyone. You ask what are the states? I will name it, maybe the coastal Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, northern part of the Karnataka, most parts of the Maharashtra, some parts of MP, and some parts of Chhattisgarh, and some parts of Gujarat. There are places which are going to have the above normal heat wave anomaly days are projected in this. So when I say above normal, means the heat wave are likely to remain for a little longer duration in this particular 3 months. This is what I'm expecting.
We hear you, Mr. Hosalikar. Thank you so much for coming by and joining us at CNBC TV18 and reading that in detail and making an analysis as well. And of course, for those precautionary and advisory statements as well. We will now go across